Hey guys, welcome back to the Quad Stop. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. So we're back working on our Project 300. We're doing our front suspension, and I run into something we've all had to deal with: bad lower ball joints. So on a lot of these OEM type lower control arms, you have this kind of a ball joint that is non-serviceable. So basically, when this ball joint goes bad, you just kind of throw it away and you have to go buy another one. Well, I've got a little tip and trick that I'm going to show you to take this ball joint and make it an adjustable Heim joint. So stay tuned while we go through this, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Now, I got these Heim joints and these spacers from American Star. They also do a lot of our extended arms, so shout out to American Star. We appreciate great Heim joints. These spacers right here make it possible to do all of that. So let's go ahead and cut up a control arm. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to get this control arm, we need to get this ball joint off this control arm. So if you'll notice, if you'll look right in there, that is hollow. So when they build this arm, you've got tubing comes up here, and then they join it to another piece of tubing here, and this is pre-built with this ball joint. So what we need to do is we're going to cut this off here, even with this tube, and it should open up the inside to where this becomes hollow. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this off, and then we're going to go ahead and get the inside reamed out so that we can get our Heim joint in and get it started. So we're literally just going to use a standard die grinder, or standard cutoff wheel. So get ready for the show. So after all the fireworks, this is what you end up with right here. So we're going to get a flapper wheel. We're going to clean this up, kind of flatten it out just a little bit, and then we're going to take a step bit and we're going to open up the center of it. All right, so now all we're going to do is just open this up to the full diameter, inside diameter of that tube as far as we can, and then we'll test fit our Heim end in there, and we'll go from there. Okay, so now we just take our Dremel and we open up the inside diameter enough for our Heim joint to slide inside. Now, the really neat thing is about all of this is that the Heim joint threads here are just about perfect for the inside of this. So it's not going to take a whole lot. So as you can see, all we did was just open up the inside so that it will accept the Heim joint. And then what we're going to do is we're simply going to take a flapper disc, we're going to flatten this out just a little bit so that this nut will sit flush against the arm. If you don't know what a flapper disc is, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. So this is basically, the reason they call it a flapper disc is because it's got thousands of little, well, hundreds of little pieces of sandpaper, and then they glue them into a circular pattern and they kind of flap just a little bit. That's why it's called a flapper disc. So you can get really good finish on metal products with this. When they're new, they're super aggressive like a grinding wheel, and then as they start to wear down, you can start to actually contour metal and steel and stuff like that. So they're really handy to have. You can get them real cheap at Harbor Freight. They're invaluable to anybody that's going to do any kind of work like this. They work really, really well. So you can see the kind of finish that it actually puts on there. It's super, super nice. And it's almost it's not as coarse. So it makes it real easy to weld to that. All right. So when it's all said and done, it's going to sit in there just like this. So all we do is weld that nut to the control arm. So I'm going to run over to my weld station and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I went over to the welding station, got it welded in, and then what I do is, because I don't really want it to look like a nut, I want it to look round, kind of match the tubular structure of the arm. That flapper disc again is real good at forming metal. So now we have a threaded end, and that's all there is to it. Now what you need to do if you want to maintain your original geometry, you're going to, before you do this, you need to measure from here to center on your existing ball joint. That way there you can go in and you can set the original front suspension geometry. So there you have it. No more worn out ball joint. I'll take you over here to the 300 and I'll show you what it looks like when it's installed. Adjustable, and that's what the arms are going to look like when it's finished. Of course, obviously I did one side. I wanted to save the other side to do a video for you guys, but that's basically it. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you learned something, maybe I helped you out, maybe I even saved you a little bit of money. If you have any comments, go ahead and just put them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again.